All right. Well, the first question that we had was essentially that somebody asked, how do you purchase AquaGoat? Is that question that I've regularly answered to my family and friends. And so essentially, I always redirect them to our website, aquagoat.finance. We have a how to buy link there that'll show up a little slideshow where essentially it'll run through a few simple steps on how to purchase AquaGoat. Essentially, you can just download Trust Wallet, set up your wallet, make sure that you have your 12-word seed phrase, safe and secure. Don't take a screenshot or anything. I always recommend having like a physical copy of it and just keeping it in a safe place. I personally keep mine on a USB drive. And then from there, you can purchase BNB, and you can either access PancakeSwap, where you would have to copy and paste the contract address in their swap app, or you can go on our partner swap, snogecoin.com/swap, where our token actually comes up in their list, and it automatically routes you to version 1 liquidity, where you'll have the best experience of buying and selling. With version 2, you pay a little bit more fees. The liquidity isn't as good, so you may end up receiving less tokens on purchase and receiving less BNB on sells.
I don't have any questions right now.
Someone asked, when are you going to list on Binance? So someone might as well just answer that, if anything.
I love the Binance question. Binance, well, I'll say this. Whenever we are going to get listed on Binance, they make the project sign a one-way NDA. So if we start saying no comment, so.
I think there were questions. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I still have the chat from the Twitch up, so there were some questions on there too.
Okay.
Yeah. Another question was, who is the main dev and who is the CEO?
So main dev, so the person, I guess dev being the person that developed the contract. So they were previously on our group chat. They went under AquaGoat_admin. His usual hustle is actually just creating tokens and then releasing it to the community. He made a few different ones before, which never really took off. But then he created AquaGoat, where again, like the community just took it over. The team formed together, and it really started to blossom and take off. He acts kind of like in an advisory role. If we ever have any questions about the smart contract, how it operates, the liquidity protocol, how the distributions work, everything like that. In the early stages, he was really helpful with being able to explain a little bit about the contract. And in general, he's a really nice guy. He's Australian. He's got family and kids. I believe he works in IT. So he's just too busy to actually, run his own project. So his thing is just, starting these projects, and then he'll make a little bag from the beginning and move on. As far as I know, I'm not sure if he's still invested in AquaGoat, but he does still answer our questions, and we do still talk time to time. But in terms of a CEO, because it's a community-led project, so the whole community is the CEO. Again, we do everything revolving around you guys. So any decisions and any actions, we do it according to you guys, right? Like with the community polls for the charities, we listen to everybody that asks for exchange listings, marketing, right? So whatever you guys want, the team basically takes that and we run with it.
Someone asked a question. What's the news on the 24th? Good question.
Oh, how much can we give away?
I would say it's not. There's no guarantee that it's the 24th, but it is very soon. But I mean, I think you could tell them like what the soft date is.
Soft date, I think general soft date is like May 24th, at least from what we were told. Am I allowed to say what it is, but not who it is?
Oh, people would like love to know. They're just sitting on the edge of their seats. I gotta say.
I think that's okay. I mean,
An exchange listing. That's about as much as we can say. And going forward after that, there's quite a few more of those coming as well. Some really big exchanges coming by. So hold your bags. Hold your bags.
I'm holding mine, man.
Hold your bags.
What other questions are there? There's actually a lot of good questions on this chat. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I have another one from Twitch previously. How come it looks like AquaGoat's recovery is slower than other altcoins? Which I don't know if I agree with, but like, does somebody want to tackle that?
It's kind of like
I'm
a
not,
bit more opinion based.
it depends. Yeah, that is completely.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're looking at. I'm not focused on many other projects. I'm invested in a few, but nothing as heavily as AquaGoat as far as time and money. So I don't know. I mean, it just depends on the project. You'd have to point out a project, and I could say, here's the reasons potentially. But there's a lot of people in this space that like to jump around and wait for hype news, and they just move their money around, and that's fine. But ultimately, they're gonna miss out on the train because they don't know when the things that we know are gonna happen.
Yeah, which I mean, like, coming from like a lead, like, because we know already what's going to be going on, like, that's why we're so eager for, to encourage you guys why we're here, right? Regardless of where the market stands, like, we're going to continue to do what we've always done, which is, again, charitable acts and try to communicate and engage with the community as much as possible. Yeah, we still have, like, regardless of the market right now, we still have a lot of really good projects going on, like the donation to, I believe, Blue Marine, right, Janelle?
Blue Marine Foundation.
We also have ongoing the Adopt the Dolphin, which is fantastic. We still have one more small announcement to make that Patrick did with one of the charities that we're going to announce very, very soon on social media as planned. And on top of that, there's the exchange listings, of course, which everyone wants to hear and what everyone needs to hear at this point, if I'm from what I'm judging. And so again, regardless of how the market is going, like, we're still going to continue to, announce and, project what our brand mission is. And again, it's still to protect the oceans, right? And, even when we're going to be at the same highs, again, hopefully soon, we don't know when that's going to happen. We're still going to be able to, again, just continue these charitable works and engage with the community as much as possible. So yeah, I just wanted to maybe just throw that out there. If anyone's wondering, what are we doing right now in terms of the market? What are we doing to, still be an active coin and be proactive? And there's a lot of things going on right now. And there's still, again, room for things to grow and learn. Again, the community grows as we do, as the team leads. So, we're just trying to do our best to, again, lead the community and, show the community that, yeah, we're still going to do more than just donate. So, yeah. Let's see, questions. Give me 1 second.
I found one. What is the thing you guys are focusing on right now?
Did any of you guys want to?
There's so much.
So much, like,
yeah.
What, marketing? We have like a few celebrities that we're gonna get like a promotional video with. We have like that huge partnership that, like, we keep saying it's huge and we want to talk about it, but we can't, right? Because like it could blow it up. So I mean, there's so much going on in the works behind the scenes that, like, we wish we could tell you guys, but just because of confidentialities, right? I mean, like it's just the type of environment where if you actually tell the public, like, the deal will not go through, right? And that's the only reason why we can't tell you guys, because if it gets out there before it actually gets finalized, they'll probably pull out themselves. So like we're hyping you guys up and telling you it's huge, and you got to believe us, because 100% it is huge. You know, that's as much as we can say.
The people who hold on and like really diamond hand it, and then when this comes out, like you're gonna be so happy.
Yeah.
100%.
It's that good that it's worth the wait, at least in my personal opinion, right? So
objectively, I think.
Again, we can't say too much, but like what we have planned for that's currently in the works is incredibly massive, and like it'll be such a joy to share that with the community. We're definitely going to make sure that on social media we're going to announce it properly, and to let everyone know that like this is what's going on, and when it does happen, it's going to be great. Like that's how I'm excited, and you know, staying afloat.
Yeah, so that's on the marketing side of what we're focused on. On the charity side, we've written some partnership proposals to some charities that are on the smaller side, because we can make a bigger impact with them. So like the last 3 organizations that we've donated to were the larger organizations. But, you know, like our contribution, like they get so much media exposure and so much so many donations already, so that our donation is like, it's great, but you know, it's like a drop in the bucket compared to the things that they have. So we've been setting our sights on some of the smaller regional organizations. We are writing out those partnership proposals, and those things do take time, like making real relationships and partnerships with these organizations. And our hope is to actually make long-term partnerships with them, where they are able to, like Patrick had this great idea that we're going to help them open up their own crypto wallets so that they can accept AquaGoat as a form of donation directly. And if they, as they stay holders, you know, they'll continue getting more tokens, and then they'll actually continue to get like residual income with every transaction, the way that we do as holders. Those organizations and charities also will be able to. So that's going to provide like long-term, like income for them. And that's something that we really want, is that it's not going to just be some like publicity stunt where we donate and we're like, yay, look at the nice things that we're doing, and then move on. It's like we're actually trying to help these organizations like have funding long term, like without them having to put any more effort into it. So there's that. And we're also in the process of putting together a campaign that will encourage people to actually go out and clean and like form like beach cleanups themselves. So there'll be more details on that once we iron out the logistics and everything for that. But those are some things that we're focused on the charity side, because we actually want our holders to like feel like they're actually making a difference, not just financially, but also physically, for people who are interested and want to enter like these possible opportunities.
You guys can definitely answer this one. Will there be any more coin burn? We get that question asked a lot. If anyone wants to answer it, go ahead. I think Patrick wants to, based on his reaction.
It's just the fact that we've gotten this question probably hundreds of times a day, every single day since we've started. And it's going to be the same question or same answer here, guys. When we started, like every person on the team is a volunteer. We all started out just like investors, just like you guys. So, you know, there is no dev wallet. There is no pre-allocations for us to like send to the burn wallet, right? At launch, there was already 40% of the tokens burned. And since launch, we burned about another 6%. And so, you know, look, again, because there's no pre-allocations or anything, there is no, you know, mass kind of wallet that we can burn from, right? Because again, we're all just investors. We all put in our investment, and we'd much rather use like our investments to be able to reinvest into the community, because burning tokens is essentially burning like cash, and we'd much rather use that cash for developments, for marketing, for exchange listings, giveaways, things like that, right? So for anybody that does want extra coin burn, you are more than welcome to send your tokens to the burn wallet to try and help accelerate the burn. But at the moment, there is no manual burns because there is no large wallet for us to burn out of.
Yeah.
Along those,
Oh, no, you go ahead.
along those same lines, it also says, I saw my amount of AquaGoat keeps going up in my wallet. How does this work?
That's the reflection mechanism in the smart contract. So 2% of every transaction is redistributed to holders because the burn wallet is a holder and it has 46% of the supply burned. That means 46% of that 2% goes to the burn wallet. That's about 0.92% of every transaction. And so the remaining 1.08% is redistributed to all holders, and that's on every transaction. And over time, that redistribution does get less, right, as the burn wallet continues to grow. And so the smart contract automatically manages the redistribution. The redistribution is based on how much you hold in terms of percent compared to the total supply.
I'm gonna answer my own question here because one of the lovely people asked, maybe mention the Twitter promotion. So just because we did touch base earlier on marketing, I wanted to just reiterate right now because people do ask me constantly, you know, what promotions, what marketing have you done? So I'd love to answer that. Currently and throughout the weekend, right now we have a Twitter promotion going on. That campaign is going to be running for about 20 days, just so again on Twitter, since we do have a really big community there, all the following is there. We want to be able to interact with new investors or people who are curious about our token. So I started doing campaigns there, again, running for 20 days. Throughout the weekend, I do have the intentions to run more campaigns on social media. So I do have Reddit on my agenda. I have Facebook. We do have Google ads on the way, but we're just experiencing a little bit of a difficulty with that. But that's still part of the agenda as well. Aside from the promotions that we're doing on social media, like I said, I know it's redundant to hear, but there's a lot of partnerships that are being in the works. And for me, that falls into my category. In terms of, again, brand presentation, I strive to be able to cooperate with a lot of these bigger names, to say the least. And once we are able to establish that we're able to announce this, it's going to be really big. Like not just myself, but a lot of the team leads here have put a lot of effort into these partnerships and helping me out get them all settled. So yeah, that's also in the works. I've also been collectively seeing everyone's messages personally to me via Telegram in regards to suggestions, and again, I'm trying to answer that to the best of my ability. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on marketing. Apart from that, again, we're just trying to be informative. We're trying to educate our community as to why it's so important to protect the oceans and marine life. So we're trying to focus primarily in terms of our social media, to educate, right? So that includes, why we need to protect it, like the overfishing issue, why is there plastic in the ocean, and things of that variety. So part of my agenda is creating this content so that we're able to again educate the masses. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that's going on my end. I mean, I'm just trying to make sure alongside that, just make sure everyone's still afloat. I still try to participate in Discord and Telegram whenever possible. So if you guys do have more suggestions or comments or questions, feel free to just give me a shout. I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. So yeah.
Did we already answer, do you plan to be listed on WhiteBit soon? Did we already answer that one?
No comment.
All right. Any move to bring Mark Zuck on board for AquaGoat?
I think our that upcoming partnership that we have in the works is really gonna catch his eye, and I think we'll really end up on his radar if we already haven't yet. So again, it's something huge where it's like a multi-billion-dollar company that approached us and wanted to work with us. So I think as we execute that, and it's going to be in something that Mark Zuckerberg's really interested in. So we'll most likely end up on his radar once that is executed, if we're not already there because of his GOAT post.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So excited to announce it.
Yeah.
Do you see the one where there's 5 questions? Did you want me to ask each one individually and then you guys can answer?
Go for it.
Sure. Okay, so it says, I would like to list out 5 questions here. Kindly please reply. The first one was, what happened with listing task on CoinGecko at the moment? So that's the first question.
The slow gecko.
Slow gecko.
CoinGecko has been applied for on day 1 with multiple reapplications, multiple follow-ups sent out. The community was, spamming them really hard back in April, asking for, us to get listed. And I do still see some more kind of going through on the Twitter. So actually CoinGecko personally reached out to us on their Twitter and asked us to stop the spamming, or else we risk getting pushed back in priority. So, to anybody else that, is planning to spam CoinGecko, please don't. Please just, they've already asked us to not spam them. So, whenever I guess they decide to list us, we'll get listed. With that being said, I'm personally invested in a few projects where I have seen month-old projects that have only recently just been listed. So, sometimes it could take, 1, 2, 3 days. Sometimes it could take 1, 2, 3 months, right? But I can definitely tell you that, whether it takes a few days or a few months, we'll still be around and we'll still be kicking for sure.
The next question on that same paragraph is, could you please share your plan about the volume of coin in dev team? Either any of you guys want to answer that one. I'm not entirely confident how to answer that.
Wait, can you ask that again? Sorry.
Yeah, of course. So could you please share your plan about the volume of coin in dev team?
Like how much each of us individually hold in our personal wallets, or?
I guess so. That's the question. Anyone want to take over that one?
I mean, let's put it this way. We can't tank the price or rug the project.
You say that again?
I said, let's put it this way. None of us could tank the price that much or rug the project.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have anywhere near a large amount. We didn't get pre-allocations or anything. We all bought in just like the rest of everyone else. Some of us didn't buy in until a few weeks ago. Like some of the people even on our lead team paid just as much, if not more, than a lot of you to buy, 500 billion tokens. So I will say that Steven is the only person with an extremely large value. And he's not a top holder. He's not like the top holder or anything. But he has reinvested hundreds of thousands of dollars into this project for all of our benefits and for the benefit of our charity and what we're working on. So I don't, if that's the question, is like, how many do we have? We'd have to count them up, but I can guarantee you it's not nearly what you think it is.
Yeah. So whenever people are worried about the devs are dumping, and it's like, well, even if we did dump, it wouldn't make very much difference on the price.
Yeah, and we don't want to dump anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
I probably want to touch base on the fact that all the team leads here, we're eating the dips with you guys. I look at the chart pretty avidly myself as an investor and as a team lead, because I want to see how we're progressing, every day. So whenever there's a dip or an opportunity to purchase more, I do it, not because, for my own personal gains, but it's because we want to show you guys that we, care about this project, and we really have so many things planned that there's no way that we're gonna not go down without a fight. And like, we're really trying our best to understand what your every individual community member's needs are. And you know, just to reiterate, like I said, like we want to eat these dips with you, and we are eating these dips with you guys, and we're still holding on, which is why we try our best to inspire everyone here to hold, because there's just so much more happening, right? So yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, you go.
I know. I'm also seeing like common comments or common questions about like, oh, are you reaching out to Leonardo DiCaprio? Are you reaching out to this and this celebrity or whatever? If you have any ideas of reaching out to people, like feel free to actually reach out to them and like tell them about AquaGoat, because we are like reaching out to different people, but the more that they hear from others, like maybe it'll catch their attention more, because like I know like Marielle and myself and Patrick, like we've reached out to so many people, but that doesn't mean that they all get back to us. So probably out of like 50 people we reach out to, like 5 will get back, you know? Yeah.
I want to touch base on that same topic in a sense with influencers, because I do get asked constantly. They're like, when influencers, when's, you know, the YouTube videos, the TikToks, the, you know, Instagram posts. We did have a couple at the beginning. I won't, you know, try to brush that off on the side. In terms of outreach, I have been individually reaching out to every single, like, you know, crypto social media influencer possible. And anytime you guys suggest someone to me, like I look at that and immediately that gets added to my list, and then I take the time out of my day to comb through every single person's social media platform just to see which way is the best to get a hold of them, and then I reach out. There's been a few that have reached back to me, and we're just still negotiating the proposal or the sponsorship. Again, it's because that we don't have anything definitively concrete or signed. I don't want to say names because I don't want to dishearten you guys if ever the event that it doesn't, you know, come to fruition. But in terms of what you guys do need to know, please understand that we are, you know, contacting all these influencers constantly, like on a daily basis. Yeah, go ahead.
And a lot of the people who do reach back out to us are like expensive. Like they come back to us with like, hey, yeah, we can make a video for you, or we can partner with you, but it's going to cost like 10 grand or so, you know, something like that, you know. So, and we have a marketing budget, but it's like you have to also think that like we have to prioritize and pick and choose what we're spending our marketing budget on. So that's why even if people get back to us, they, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean it would be wise to invest our money into like one influencer, for example. So if you do reach out to somebody and you feel generous enough to like, you know, contribute some of your AquaGoat or whatever to like helping us pay for those influencers, like we're more than happy to like accept that generous help. But just know that it's not like we could just reach out to somebody and then yay, partnership. It's like you have to come up with like a deal, a contract, and it costs money, and like there's so much that goes behind it.
Yeah, touching base on that, like Janelle said, if you guys are interested in starting maybe like a crowd fundraiser for the specifically influencers, please let me know. If this does become a topic that comes up in my conversations, I will bring it up to the team leads for open discussion. And if you guys are really serious about, you know, getting these influencers, like I said, we've still been reaching out. It's just monetarily in terms of marketing. We've made it a priority to invest in social media advertising through means of, you know, specific ads on these platforms as opposed to through influencers. And then we also still have a couple of other projects in the works. I know the topic of billboards was brought up, but that's nothing too definitive because we're still trying to get more information on that. That is probably where, at least for myself and the other team leads for marketing, which is Eddie, who unfortunately isn't able to make it today. So that's where our priority is with marketing. Now, like I said, if there is an opportunity for you guys to say, hey, like we want influencers, like let's crowdfund this, then if we're able to do that, then yeah, we can definitely do that. And then we'll have, you know, means to invest strictly on influencers, and hopefully that it will, you know, portray throughout the next few days. I don't even think that's a bad idea. And I agree with you guys when you guys tell me like hey, we should get more influencers involved. Like, absolutely. As someone my age who avidly looks at social media, you know, all the time during the pandemic, even up till now, like influencers are powerful. And especially like platforms like TikTok, you see how much viewing some of these influencers receive on the regular. So yeah, like I probably want to address that. And if you guys have suggestions on how we can crowd fundraise specifically for influencers, just let me know. Like I'm open to suggestions. Go.
That brings up another question or another point. Patrick, did we already get the staff application up on the website?
Yes, so it is already up on the website. You can scroll down to the very bottom of the homepage, and it'll say like apply to the team or apply for the team. So anybody that would like to, feel free to fill it out, and let us know a little bit about yourself, what you'd like to join us with, right? And we will definitely get back to you if we're interested, for sure.
Yeah, so we definitely need, we need people who are interested in creating TikTok content. We need people who are interested in expanding our Reddit community, because we definitely need to expand our Reddit and our TikTok presence. We need people on a team to influencer reach out team. So there's lots of things those are the three that come to mind that we for sure need more of. And we also just need more mods in general, because there's so many comments and so many things that we just need help like sorting through everything.
There's still a lot of questions on that same paragraph. Is it okay if I ask them, or
go for it? Oh, I see some other questions, but you can go.
I don't know if this is going to be a redundant. Actually, hold on. I'm just going to read through the messages or through the question in and of itself, and then you guys can kind of pick and choose or see which one needs to be addressed. So question 4 was, I understood that the total supply is, I believe, 1 trillion or 100 trillion. I'm not good with numbers and actually burned 40%. So what happened with 60% remaining if it is burned all of them? I'm sure that was just a typo. Anyone want to answer that?
So I guess they're pointing out the 40% supply burn. Sorry, what was the rest of that?
Yeah, I'll say it again. I understood that the total supply is X amount of trillion and actually burned 40%. So what happened with 60% remaining if it is burned all of them? That's literally verbatim what it says.
What I'm understanding there is what would happen if the rest of the tokens got burned, like the other 60%.
It's not possible.
Yeah,
it's not possible to burn all tokens. So if one person, let's just say that one person decided they were going to hold their 10 billion tokens forever, well, everyone else would sit here and buy and sell and trade, and that person would end up eventually having 10 billion of the remaining 15 billion because everything else has been sold. And that person, and at that point, the token would be worth like $10 or something like $1, $5, $10, who knows? And just percentage wise, when you're talking about percentages, you can never get to zero. So like 1% or 4% burn on $1 is 96 cents. If you burn 4% of 96 cents, you eventually get down to where you're burning 4% of a penny. Well, there's still value in 4% of a penny. There's still value in 4% of a penny. So you can never actually get to zero. And if you got anywhere close to zero, then whoever held that long is holding a lot of value in AquaGoat if we ever actually did burn that much.
Great way to answer that, Cody. Thank you.
That's great.
A question that does get asked a lot, which is, could you please estimate what is cap of token after 1 year, 2 year, maybe expressed by percentage of cap? I think this falls along in the categories of price predictions. So maybe we can touch base on that, just because I know we do get a lot of those questions quite often.
We don't like to give price predictions. You know, crypto is highly volatile. It's super unpredictable, right? Like I think for the past week or so, we've all been expecting Bitcoin to kind of keep rocketing past 60 grand, and what do you know? It dipped down to 30, right? So I mean, it's really hard to give a price prediction. It's really hard to give a market cap prediction, right? At the end of the day, I mean, what allows a project and a token to rise in value is its developments and everything that it has behind it, right? So I mean, you know, the profits will come over time if you believe in what we do, if you believe in the project, right? I will say that where we are today and where we were like last week or 2 weeks ago was not a place that we thought we would ever hit in that short amount of time. Like we thought where we were last week or 2 weeks ago, we probably hit like in 2 to 3 months, and we hit it in 1 month, right? So I mean, again, it's highly unpredictable. Like you know, not guarantees, but I mean, there's chances that, you know, we could be 10x in a week, or we could be 10x in a month. We could be 100x in a week, 100x in a month, right? I mean, it's highly unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. But like I said, if you believe, if you like our project, if you trust us and the team, and you trust us with what we're doing with everything and our developments, then I suggest you hold for sure.
Yeah, just know that you have a really dedicated admin team behind this coin.
Yeah. I quit my job today, guys. I quit my job today to be full time. So,
Patrick is
like,
full-time AquaGoat. Same with
yes,
Steven now.
yeah, me and Steven are now both full-time AquaGoat. So
I've been since the gate. I've been unemployed due to the pandemic. So I was full-time AquaGoat, not by choice, but by obligation.
yeah, 3. I know Janelle as a teacher, summer break's almost up, so you'll be
1 more week.
Summer, so, I mean,
And I'll be full-time too.
There you go.
Again, like I said, we've been dedicating. I probably just want to just randomly throw out here, like Patrick, Janelle, myself, Cody, Steven, all the leads, all the mods, everyone in graphics, everyone, literally every single person that has been contributing to this token has put in so much work and effort. And like we as leaders we want to, you know, do so much more, like for the community and for the better of the token and for the better of the cause that we're trying to elevate and give awareness to the issue, right? Like that's our primary objectives. And like, you know, regardless, like I said, of the circumstance of the market, we just want to continue to do our part in our mission. So yeah. Do you have a question? Well,
I found a question that I could answer. So one is, where are you going to keep the dolphin? If it's just going to an aquarium, then I think that's a bad idea. So that's a great question. So the Adopt a Dolphin program is through the Ocean Conservation Society. And so what they do is they actually like track the dolphins in the wild and like just check up on how they're doing. And then like they like want to preserve marine life. So what we do is when we donate a little bit of money to this society, and in exchange they give us like information on the dolphin that we chose, and basically they track the dolphin every time there's a sighting. They update us on how the dolphin is doing, so it's like we're not like holding this dolphin and like keeping it in our like private collection or something. Like it's free in the wild, and we just basically get to watch it from a distance, like be free. But the money that we give to them goes straight into like taking care of like the wildlife and the marine life, and also into the research of bottlenose dolphins and everything. So that's like a more sciencey organization. I like them a lot.
Yeah. The vote's still also ongoing right now, right? If you want to
until Sunday.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't gotten a chance to vote yet, please do vote. All the dolphins are available, but if we could adopt all of them, we want to, but yeah, pick one for now.
Matza's kind of taking the lead right now.
I love Matza. Let's go.
The top 3 that I keep seeing on Instagram. So just so you guys know and are kept in the loop, I do take care of the Instagram for the most part. And so when I see the votes, I see all the top names pop up. So I see Matza, which is my personal favorite because I think Matza is like me, but a dolphin. Melamom, and then I see Nico a lot, which I think are all of the dolphins are beautiful irregardless, but like we want to hear your guys' thoughts to see which support. So
yeah. And speaking of that, Patrick, did you already announce about the coral reef? Did we already put that out there or not yet?
Let's announce it now. Put a message out on all of the social.
Oh yeah, sure. So we'll announce it here. Yeah, we adopted a coral reef, guys. So we planted 10 coral seedlings out in the Bahamian like reef. So essentially, it's partnered through Coral Vita, where they'll plant the seedlings and they'll be nurturing it to help build up the coral reef over in the Bahamas. As we all know, because of climate change and everything, because the waters are heating up. And just that general temperature change is causing calcification of the coral reefs. So we've had 10 coral seedlings planted over in the Bahamian reef to be able to help kind of expand the coral reef and be able to create an ecosystem for the fishies down there. And it'll be long term, right? So we're making a lasting impact now on our oceans. So it's we got a little AquaGoat reef in the Bahamas. So. Yeah.
I don't know if they give this out. Do they is there any pictures? I mean, they're seedlings right now. Like, do they have any photo? I want to be able to share this to like the rest of the community, what's going on, apart from the
I need to get in touch with them and see where we can get photos. There is a members portal for Coral Vita, but I have not been able to get the password from them yet. So whenever I can, I'll forward you guys some photos or more information if I can get it. But we do have a adoption certificate for the coral reef. So.
Yay! We're saving you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Janelle. I'm like way behind messages, so you can ask.
Sure. Somebody asked, why has the value of AquaGoat dipped in recent days? Maybe we could take this opportunity to give background for the people who are just joining us and are new to crypto.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah. I guess, before most people were here, I think we were sitting at like 80,000 holders or so before our previous Mark Zuckerberg pump, right? So I mean, and now we're at like over 250,000. So to put that in perspective, there were 80,000 people at least that were here before you. So that's 80,000 people that were in profit, right? From our like deep dip from like 0.9, we did 50x, over 50x, and like I mean, at the end of the day, as investors, we all invest to eventually take profits, right? So it's not like devs dumping or something. Like literally, it's buying and selling action. You have previous investors from the past who are taking their profits, right? They're happy with themselves, and so that's generally why the price is going down. It was a pretty parabolic move. It was really fast. But I've noticed that the pattern always kind of plays out. We'll get a little parabolic. We'll kind of come back down, and then we'll restart the pump back up, right? And what else? The general crypto market is just kind of down, right? With Bitcoin dipping, it kind of pulled Ethereum down, BNB down. It's really hard to actually find another token that's doing really well right now, in my opinion. Maybe some are getting the dip buyers starting to enter, and they're taking the discount. But apart from that, I mean, the general market is just down at the moment, right? So.
Janelle, do you have more questions? I'm still reading through.
Some people are just showing that they're afraid that you guys know what is going on behind the scenes. But is there any way, basically, if I'm rephrasing it into a question, is there any way that we can give the holders hope? Because we know what's going on behind the scenes, but other people are afraid. What can we say to give them confidence in holding their bags?
I think I saw Chris reply to that via text, and it's just that as much as we want to share more details because of NDAs and confidentiality agreements, we actually cannot tell you guys, because if the word were to go public, the deal will not go through. And then, you know, like as much as people do want to know what's going on behind the scenes, like we just can't tell you. Like we're trying to drop as many hints as we can, trying to give you guys like as much details as we can without getting in trouble. But outside of that, we can't give you guys like actual specifics, or else we risk those partnerships not going through.
Let's see. I'm trying to read through the spam. This whole thing.
Okay.
Really hard to get through the spam. I think that's why so many.
It's kind of funny because this is like worse than my middle schoolers.
Really? Are they? Is that bad?
Sometimes I wonder, like, do people really grow up? Sometimes.
I'm really trying to skim through this.
I've got to laugh. There's one there for where are John's cats?
Yeah. John, where's your cat?
Oh, where your cat's at? I want to see your cats.
Oh man.
I'm just reading out through the messages.
Whoa, somebody renamed themselves as me. That's weird, but they spelled my name wrong.
I was looking at that. I'm like, that looks suspicious.
Yeah. That's kind of weird.
I'm gonna read through this. I'm really trying.
Yeah, I was insulted, Janelle. I thought you were cursing me. I'm just kidding.
Can you imagine that? You're like, oh, Janelle.
Gosh.
Okay, spam. Are we like muting the people who are spamming the chat? I'm trying my best to.
I actually already kicked those people, so they're gone.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I need to. Let me just roll fast. Okay, there it is. That's where the questions are. Okay, hold on. I don't know if this question was already asked, but like, actually, you know what? I think this was already asked, and I just want to say it out loud just in case it wasn't. But is AquaGoat affected to another token? Example, BNB/Bitcoin. When both coins is up, AquaGoat is up too. How does it work?
Psychologically, people trade the crypto markets in a similar pattern. I will say that. As far as BNB, our pairing is tied with BNB. Is that right, Patrick? So
yeah, when
our liquidity pool is literally tied to the price of BNB.
Yeah, so like as BNB goes up, there's AquaGoat does also increase in value. I believe most tokens, if not all, unless they're attached to like a stable coin, most tokens on the BSC will also go up, even if they're just sitting, if BNB is going up as well.
Okay, next time if we have to last minute jump on Zoom like this, we know to have mods and everything quicker.
Have mods in the Twitch one?
Huh?
You not have mods on the Twitch one?
We do, but like we didn't plan it out because we weren't expecting to be on Zoom like this. So we didn't like organize mods and everything until like in the moment.
I want to reiterate because someone said you guys need to create an official TikTok page. Like I said, it's technically within my jurisdiction, but like I really need to create a team, and I've already sent this message out to all of the mods on Discord and Telegram, is that we're still looking for people to join the TikTok community. It will be led by myself, so if you do want to work with me on that, I do want to be able to get more TikTok content out. I'm not technically an influencer in any way, shape, or form. So I might not be able to make the content, but I am able to delegate and give people direction in how we want to proceed with that. If you guys are interested in joining the TikTok team, and if you guys have maybe like a portfolio, if you guys already have like small following and you guys have made videos, maybe feel free to send it to me. And if you're interested, I can just look through them and see who's capable of taking on the role, and then we'll orienteer them, we can get some more content out. It is one of the biggest like priorities for me because like I truly believe like TikTok is a massive means of communication for crypto. Because even before when I joined the AquaGoat community, I used TikTok like not as like my main means of information. I actually read articles and utilize my platforms to a certain advantage. But TikTok was a really great way to communicate to people, who's buying what right now and what's happening with the market, people's opinions. So yeah, I want to be able to use that to our advantage. It is part of the marketing plan, but I do want to stress out if you guys are interested in participating in the TikTok community, we are looking for that. Again, for the people who are joining, we are also looking for moderators for Telegram and Discord. If you guys feel like you are capable, we do want to have more people on board for that. So yeah, I just want to just touch base on that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading out loud. Oops.
I know I'm trying to scroll through all the
here's the question. Patrick or Cody can probably answer this one. Have you already applied to be audited by Certik? Also, do you burn your tokens regularly, like SafeMoon? Okay, that one's already technically been answered. Yeah, that's basically have you already applied to be audited by Certik? If anyone wants to touch on that.
I'm kind of handling that Certik audit. So yes, we initially reached out to Certik at the beginning of the token, but because we were still young and the price was still really low, we didn't really have the available funds to actually afford a Certik audit. It's like 14K. Now that we are a little bit bigger, our set aside like marketing wallet does have some funds, and I'm also taking care of that honestly myself. So I've reached out again to Certik. They're overviewing the contract, and then they'll come back to me with a quote for the audit, and then after that we will get that going. So general time frame, I'm thinking like about 2 weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks about the Certik audit. As soon as they reach out to us, I think my first like reach out, they said the audit itself takes like 3 to 5 days, but getting that email took almost like a week and a half. So it's kind of contingent on whenever we hear back from Certik. Once it gets going, then it's about like a week lead time from there.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Janelle, do you have a question, or do you?
I'm still looking.
No worries. It's more like a comment that maybe we can at least give a response to, if that's okay. So the comment is, it seems like moving onto exchanges had a pretty immediate negative effect on the price in a few days. Realize there are major benefits with exchanges over the long run, but is it possible we're experiencing a short-term negative effect of moving onto platforms that make taking profits easier for beginners who are more prone to FUD selling? I'm not too familiar with that, so it's Cody or Patrick who might be able, or Janelle if you have the answer for that one. I can ask it again if you guys need the.
Sorry, say that. Yes, that again.
You guys need me to re-ask that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, no worries. So it seemed like moving on to exchanges had pretty immediate negative impact on the price in a few days. I realize there are major benefits with exchanges over the long run, but is it possible we're experiencing a short negative effect of moving onto platforms that make taking profits easier for beginners who are more prone to FUD selling?
Possible. I don't think that's the main contributing factor, honestly. Our chart, if you're just looking at it from a chart perspective, like I think Patrick answered it pretty well. Like we had a 3-day period or 4-day period where we 50x'd. And if you look at the chart going back to kind of the mid to end of April, our chart looks exactly the same then when we had a near 50x at the time. It resembles, it's almost the exact same chart that we're experiencing this last 2 weeks. Like this is a cycle. I think if anything, the exchanges will legitimize us, like that commenter said, in the long term. If it did affect us in the short term, I don't ultimately think it was still a bad, result. It will ultimately legitimize us in the long term. Anything like CoinGecko will realize that we're getting on a bunch of exchanges, and understand that this, this project's going to keep moving forward, and we're going to continue to add larger exchanges. So hopefully the larger exchanges will not have that short-term impact, and I don't expect them to. I think this is more, a combination of, like Patrick said, profit taking and just the general market. People psychologically trade regardless of what's going on with any one project. People psychologically trade them similarly, which is to say, when the markets are down, they're going to sell off a lot. Some traders will sell off all their positions. Some traders will buy more of all their positions. Others will just hold. It just depends on the person.
Yeah, I did bring up the chart just on a screen share just to kind of show everybody what we mean. So this is our first pump when we got onto CoinMarketCap. We had a sharp rise, consolidation before we had a parabolic rise. And in the same way, it's literally the exact same: sharp rise, sideways consolidation, and then we ran up. And it's basically the exact same. So, we had a really sharp drop off. This time around, it was a little better. We had some uptrend, but this, like Cody said, it's the cycle. This is very normal for us. So it's not the first time we've gone through a dip like this, and hopefully, it's the last, but it probably won't be. Again, it's crypto, highly volatile, right? So that's just how it is, but it's a normal part of the crypto cycle.
Yeah, and for the most part, at least I can speak on my behalf, I've been just holding on for the ride.
I will say, you do not see 50, 100, 200x gains without being willing to hold through 50% to 90% losses. I've been a testament to that in almost every project I've been in this space, and AquaGoat is obviously the most indicative of that fact. Because I've been in it the longest of any project that I've, held on to. Obviously, everyone will compare any project in the space to SafeMoon, and that's just because SafeMoon kind of exploded in a way that we hadn't seen before from a BSC project. But SafeMoon had the same cycle where you would just see parabolic moves as whatever news or marketing or exchange listing kind of arose. You would see a parabolic move, you would see investors leave, they'd check back a month later and say, crap, I could have had $1 million, but I wanted to sell for the quick 20x, which is great. I mean, I can't fault anyone. You'll never go broke from taking out some profit and or dumping your whole bag if that's what you're about. But I just, for any project you believe in, if you're taking out your whole entire investment because you had some profit, then you will potentially miss out on some really cool stuff on projects that actually have real utility. And that is something that we are looking at. I mean, some people will just say we're a charity token and that's where we are centered, but there is some utility we're working on to actually bring value to investors, to make them money, and to also bring value to potential large partnerships and charity partnerships that we're making, because we're not just going to plan to just say, throw our hands up in the air when the marketing wallet runs out of money, which we don't plan to let it do that, because we're only donating what we can from it to allow it to always be a holder. But we're not just going to throw our hands up in the air and say, oh, well, that's it. The goal is to have utility for the long term, even if for whatever reason, let's just say Patrick, who has quit his job, and I'm just using him as an example, let's just say Patrick, who has quit his job, suddenly finds himself in bankruptcy or something, and he has to liquidate his AquaGoat in a year. Well, that doesn't matter for the project, because the project can still keep going. Whether he wants to be, a hired on employee at that point, or if he wants to just be, if he wants to take his investment and say, hey, I gotta take care of my personal business. Well, no, we still have finances in order that allow our investors to hang on, and our charities to hang on. So, those are the goals. And again, like, everyone will compare it to SafeMoon. If you're worried about the chart, consolidation is necessary. After a 50x especially, I would be concerned if we somehow just kind of left it on a cliff and never came back down, because that means new investors are going to become bag holders very soon when people start just dumping on them. And we don't want new investors to feel like that. Obviously, we still have some people here who have averaged down on dips. And you know, I don't encourage or advise anyone on what they should do with their money, but I will say we are not selling. We are working instead of looking at the charts, although we are obviously interested in the charts as well. But again, it's nothing we haven't seen before. This chart is nothing we haven't seen before. If you bought on the top, it sucks right now, but again, just think that, you know, a lot of people bought at the top on that chart that Patrick just showed you, and they 20, 30x their money by just holding or more.
That's a great way to explain it. Thanks, Cody. Someone asked us, oh, Janelle, do you want to go? Go ahead.
Okay. Question. I know you can't release information until both parties are ready, but can you give an ETA about possible information release?
I mean,
that's like, we could, but then we'll definitely, won't we have something ready by early or mid-June, right?
I think probably by like early June, maybe even before June, that agreement will already be in place and we can probably already start talking about it. But until we get those discussions kind of a bit more finalized, I don't think we can share anything. But I feel like early June is probably the best ETA we can give on the mega partnership that we have.
Yeah.
I like thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it right now.
I know June is like jam-packed with a lot of stuff. It's packed with a lot of stuff, right? So
think about what we have planned and how everything's been panning out. Like by June, like again, hopefully and in theory, if everything really follows through, like we're gonna expect some really dramatic changes and improvements as a token. Now, I'm not saying like the price is gonna change per se. I'm not going to say it's going to go another 50x. I'm not saying it's going to remain the same, right? But we are going to see as a community, we're going to see a lot of exponential growth in that manner with the partnerships that we have involved. And again, I don't want to sound redundant, so to keep it sweet and short, we're just really excited to announce it when the time comes. It's going to be good. So the question that I got was, does selling on exchanges still give holders a percentage? That was a simple one, but it's a good question to ask.
I know L Bank has the redistributions set. I believe the other ones, it depends on which exchange you're on. Some of them do daily redistributions based on like snapshots throughout the day, and then they'll redistribute to you every 24 hours. I think I'm not sure which exchange it was, but sometimes they do like monthly distributions. So you're going to get like a big bag of AquaGoat like every month. So kind of incentivizes you as a holder to actually hold on longer because you'll kind of get that lump sum on the exchange. I recommend anybody who is asking about the redistributions, because it's kind of based per platform, to try and do their research on the respective exchange sites. I believe for the most part, they do have those redistribution protocols set. They just do it differently. Again, some do it daily, some do it weekly, some do it monthly. So each exchange is different. I'll try to do my own research too and try to gather that information and try to get it onto the site so that, you know, everybody can kind of stay up to date and informed, and they can kind of pick and choose like which exchange would kind of be best for them. I guess kind of technically the best would be L Bank because they have the daily redistributions. So.
Janelle, do you have any questions?
Are we doing anything special for, where was it? I just saw that question. It was like, are we doing anything special for Ocean Day, I think?
That's June 4th. It's on our calendar.
Yeah, or June 8th. There you go. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it is on our calendar. It's something we have planned. I guess, Janelle, did you want to touch base on that?
Yeah, so we're throwing around some ideas. If you have any ideas that you'd like to send to email my way, I'll put my email in the chat. My email is also on the website, but we're throwing around some ideas, and we'll post them out soon. But I like that you're thinking that far ahead.
Yeah, no, it's great.
What about, are we going to have AquaGoat on ERC20? Not sure if you answered this. Yeah. So are we?
It's something we'll have to look on the back end. I'm not really well versed in Solidity or porting smart contracts over to Ethereum. So at the moment, I guess no definitive like answer as to whether we will or not, but it is something that we can definitely look forward to. I do like the Ethereum network. Ethereum, of course, is valued a little higher. We could get some higher price movements there, but at the moment, I don't think we have looked at that, but we can definitely look into it as time goes on to port over into ERC20.
What about Uniswap?
Oh yeah, that'd be ERC20. Yeah, that'd be Ethereum. Yeah.
I don't see any new questions yet. So is there any other announcements that we need to make? I pretty much said all of the announcements I need to make. So again, saying thank you to everyone on the team, everyone in graphics, all the mods, like I said. Also just a full announcement of we need more people on board, just in terms of moderators and TikTok team. That's really huge. Reddit's a really big opportunity that I feel like we're missing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, because Reddit has a huge crypto community, and I think we only have like 3,800 people, which is like really small for Reddit. So if you can even just create a Reddit account and give us a follow, that actually helps to boost our numbers, and then like upvote like important posts and stuff. So if you want to do something to help, that would be great. There's another question here. Do you plan to create an NFT game?
Video games are definitely in the works. I think that's Marielle's wheelhouse there, if you want to touch on that.
Technically, I delegated the task to Eddie because I'm primarily focusing on the really big partnerships and communicating with them alongside a couple of the social media back-end work. I also, again, coordinate with graphics as well. So a lot of the marketing that you guys see, I do help assemble that in terms of what we ask for as leaders. But it's those guys that are really putting in the work and the hard effort to make sure these images are up. But anyways, nonetheless, in terms of the video game development, I delegated the task to Eddie. He's spoken to several developers, game developers, and that's still in the works. Hopefully I don't want to give a concrete date as to when we're going to have it up. So I'm hoping that we'll have a little bit more information regarding the video game by the next AMA, which is next week, Friday, same time, same place, hopefully. And yeah, I mean, again, it was already established in our previous AMA, but I'll just touch base again. We were looking at a mobile video game, probably something either along the lines of Temple Run, or like something like Temple Run where it's like an ongoing interactive game, or it's going to be a bubble popper game, something a little bit more simple and fun to do just like in your leisure. No details as to beyond that, but I want to give you guys an idea and a grasp of what we have with the intention to do with game development. I'll probably touch base with Eddie by Monday, if I'm not mistaken, to see where the report is or status is on that. And then by Friday next week, I'll hopefully be able to share more information on that, and then we'll be able to, get that out. And then once the video game's already done, then we'll share that on social media, and then you guys can all show us your, that you have the game on hand and, interact with us more. So, yeah.
Somebody said, are there any plans for to develop software such as a wallet or anything similar? And I think that also goes with another question that said, are we creating a GoatSwap or anything like that?
GoatSwap is in development. We are looking at, we're researching the architecture. It's in the roadmap. We are actively researching and developing that GoatSwap at the moment. With regards to other software, it is something that we can also look at. We do have like our own team of coders, and we could always expand as well. We could get some Solidity developers or something like that. That is something that we could put into the pipeline. We can discuss about it a little bit more. So I think like an AquaGoat wallet would be really cool. I do remember in Telegram, we did have a little AMA, and that was actually put forward. Like you could have a AquaGoat wallet, you hold a certain amount of AquaGoat. It would allow you to have like certain features depending on, the amount of AquaGoat that you had, or like the dollar value of AquaGoat that you had. Right, so it is something that was previously mentioned, and it's we can try to put it into the pipeline and see where we go from there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna establish this question because I feel like this question's been asked a couple times on chat. We just haven't addressed it yet, so I'm sorry for the late response. What is the biggest community you have? Which I'm guessing which social media platform has the biggest following? That's undeniably Twitter. Twitter, I think we're sitting at like 40K following right now at current. If anyone can confirm with me.
Yeah,
If you
like
combine,
40,
yeah.
43, 44, something like that.
Yeah.
42.
Plus our international channels or chats. Yeah.
Also, Telegram too is pretty big, and it's still steadily growing. That particular channel, so Twitter, has been growing well, and the team that is in charge of that in social media is doing like fantastic. I did get a couple of suggestions where they want to get more information on, like, again, ocean conservation, marine life, facts about that, and it's about like the token and shorts and all of that. So I did make a point to talk to the Twitter team to get more content going on that, to have at least some facts or things about our charities that we're donating to in between all of the updates on the token. So yeah, again, just to answer your question, platform is Twitter, but Telegram's also another channel that is steadily growing very closely in terms of the numbers. Again, 30 to 40K for both platforms. So yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any questions we might have accidentally missed.
I read through most of it. I think a lot of them were kind of melted into one question.
Yeah. Yeah, if somebody has 4K karma on Reddit, we need you. So reach out, please.
We're trying to get our crypto moonshots, please. I was banned from them, unfortunately, so please.
Really? Oh, dang.
Oh,
I know.
TechRate for audit. TechRate for audit, Patrick?
TechRate, I did reach out to TechRate initially, and they left me on red, basically. We are preferring to go with Certik because it seems like Certik is kind of like the main body that most people seem to trust here. So we are looking at more Certik, but I have reached out to TechRate and also other auditing services as well. We want to keep our options open, but at the moment we're primarily focusing on Certik.
Someone said, do you think it's wise to try to contact Leonardo DiCaprio or any big persona for that matter before we are actually listed on the main exchanges so people can easily buy AquaGoat?
I can answer that one.
Yeah.
That was probably addressed. That was something that was actually up for discussion because, I mean, in terms of how we outreach, and then when they look at us, they're like, well, you aren't any big exchanges, like why work with you? Again, it's better to at least keep into communication and to have them understand what our cause is. If it's not about the token itself, I would definitely think a really big selling point, I would say, about the community and the token itself is how much charity involvement we've done. Keep in mind, I want to iterate that this is a 2-month-old project. We're about to hit 3 months very soon in the next upcoming weeks. So to see this much tremendous growth, not only in our charts, but in our charitable givings, about all the projects that are going on, I think it would grab people's attention of that, caliber of be that kind of celebrity. And it's no harm, no foul. I'd rather shoot my shot and send a message to some of these celebrities and see if they will respond. If not, again, we can always just try reaching out at a later time. If they do respond, then that's great, right? Because then they're going to look at us and be like, wow, at least these guys are trying, right? And we're all guys going to continue to try. So yeah, that was a really good question. And I'm really glad you brought it up. That was in the talks. I did try to reach out to his publicist myself, but there was not really much update on that. So yeah.
And just to if you didn't hear it earlier, like we do reach out, like probably for every 50 people we reach out to, we probably only hear back from 5. So if you want to also reach out on behalf of AquaGoat and like try to tell them about it, you know, if you have any connections with people, someone who may know somebody, like feel free to reach out. And then if you get in contact with them, forward them to us. You know, because we have been reaching out a lot, but that doesn't mean that we hear back from people. People are asking, what do you think about listing on Robinhood or listing on Binance? And
we already answered the Binance one.
Oh yeah. Those things, listing on those things are so expensive. First of all, like millions of dollars, or they have to go to you, right? Isn't that how it is? Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Robinhood is like, you need to be listed elsewhere. You at least need to be available. I understand like with Robinhood, it's like they just set up a cold wallet to store like a certain amount of supply. So then when you like buy and sell on Robinhood, it'll be backed by actual cryptocurrency. But it's like I've always had my own kind of defensiveness towards that. Like I'm in Canada, so I have Wealthsimple, and it's kind of similar to Robinhood. You can buy and sell Bitcoin and Ethereum, but you don't actually own it. It's held in a cold wallet, and your money is just attached to the value of Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? So like personally for me, I like owning my own crypto. So I would probably, if we do end up getting listed on Binance, I would probably, you know, want to buy it on Binance and then transfer it out to a cold wallet myself. So then, you know, I would be able to have my own, like actually have ownership of my crypto, because going through Robinhood or Wealthsimple or similar ones like that, you don't have the actual ownership. Your money is just tied to the value of that crypto.
Yeah. Someone asks, I see a wallet that owns about 5% of the total supply. Who owns that?
Oh, Cody peeked up. Oh, Cody, you're mute.
Oh yeah, you know I have
a favorite topic.
Yeah, and somebody asked who holds the top 3 wallets in conjunction with that question.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, sure. So usually Patrick answers this question because Patrick is the whale watcher, but we get this question almost every AMA. Every new person wants to know what this wallet is. It used to actually be like closer to 8%. And they've since sold off, which is good because they burn a lot for us when they sell. But they only really sell like when there's high volume, and it usually gets eaten by the community really fast. In fact, in minutes, like even when they sell in high volume, it gets eaten. It's like it's in times where the volume is so high, like you'll notice on the chart those dips, and they get eaten within minutes. That person, we don't know who it is. We have suspicions about who it could be, but we have no real knowledge. They've been here since the very, very beginning, or at least since only a day or two after, you know, we kind of put together the team. I imagine they kind of liked what they saw because they invested very heavily into the project. They liked what they saw in, you know, who you know, I guess the project and the way we were coming together, the goal ultimately that we put together with charity and kind of the ways we were going to go about it, which for anyone who's not aware, like this wasn't a planned project. We didn't have months in advance of this token to like put together all of these ideas. It's been on the fly. So everything you've seen and everything you're looking at was all developed, and all the ideas are fluid and have come together after the token creation. So I guess that whale kind of liked what was going on. They invested heavily. They kept investing for weeks, even when we were kind of going sideways, and they bought into momentum a lot to help our ultimately what resulted in our pumps, and ultimately resulted in a lot of people and other investors making a lot of money. That whale sort of caused it, even in a way, because he gave people hope that there were still large investors, who believed in this project, and he continues to hold, he or she continues to hold, and buy more sometimes. So it really does give confidence. That's the only thing I can say. We don't know who it is, but they're not they're not someone who's going to just completely derail our project, because I really truly believe that at this point that they believe in us, and they've seen the community that's come together and is now 250,000 holders strong, or at least 30,000 in Telegram. So the other wallets, the second one, we actually haven't seen much activity from. We don't know who it is either. They haven't really done anything with their AquaGoat tokens in a long time. And the third one is, I believe, Steven, who, like I said, has invested, he has sold. You can go check his wallet and see where he's sold. He quit his job and does this full time. So he does sometimes pay himself, but he's invested far more back into, he's pretty much purchased every exchange by himself that we've gotten on and will get on. He's funded plenty of the half of the charity wallet, which is a massive whale, was funded by Steven. So, as far as anyone asking, well, why don't you, well, how don't we know that you're just doing, the devs aren't selling? Like I said, Steven's the only dev, or the only admin, I should say, that has a massive wallet by our standards. And he invests much more back into the project than he takes out. And anything he takes out is really just to make sure that he can do this full time for everyone else's benefit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good way to answer that.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. How do you feel about me making my own AquaGoat T-shirts to promote the brand, not for sale, just for personal promotion? And then somebody said, I agree with this. I would make and rock my own if y'all were okay with it.
Well,
Are we allowed to? That's a great question, because is that legal?
Gosh, I know. I think, well, not to ask.
What was the question?
Oh, it was, how do you feel about me making my own AquaGoat T-shirts to promote the brand, not for sale, just for personal promotion? And then somebody else was like, yeah, second that. Is that allowed?
Yeah, so we don't mind. Like I said it on the last AMA, anybody who wants to make flyers or make their own products, go for it. Use the stuff, use the logo and everything. We will ask that you do not sell it for profit. It is, for legal purposes, owned by AquaGoat. So we would ask that you not try to profit off of it. Any merchandise that we are working on is going to be complete. Like, we're not trying to profit on it. We're trying to bolster our charity contributions through the sale of any AquaGoat merchandise. And once we get that rolled out, we would hope that you will also consider supporting that. But if you want to make your own shirt so that you can, rep AquaGoat, I say go for it. If anyone else has, another kind of opinion on that, or can see a downfall to that, I personally can't. I'd say go for it for personal use.
Okay, so the next question is, I guess it's more like a comment first, and it says that I like that Telegram, every mod is so nice and claims everybody down calms everybody down, sorry. When people are panicking, they work around the clock and reply to everyone. They are your officers in this crypto war, and they really know what the community wants and listens to them. The only thing that catch my eye is that only Europe mods shill and mute the channel. When I sleep, I see many pin posts about shilling. Can you speak to the other time zone mods if they want to mute the channel more often for shills? Because I think that if Europe is asleep, shilling is left behind on Telegram. I believe in, I think that's Netherlands, NA. And I AM. Oh, I am sleeping when the European mod shill. Sorry, I wasn't able to read that properly. So I can answer this question, the one that I just read. So apart from marketing and coordinating content, I also now have delegated the task of leading the mods alongside Patrick and alongside Chris, who's also here. They've also been really great. We've basically tried to create channels who speak, a certain native language so that they're able to congregate and discuss things about the token. Now, in terms of the shilling, this was brought to my attention actually pretty recently that, although we are doing the shills and we're planning it, this is great, fantastic. We want to be able to kind of pinpoint some more times and pinpoint which locations we're going to be shilling. I thought that was a great suggestion, and it wasn't my thought. It was actually the mods who decided that would be a great idea, and I agreed with them. So as of now, again, thank you for the comment and the critique. We're probably going to be offering more shilling and scheduled times for that per each time zone. We're not going to be very nitpicky in that sense, but we're going to try our best to just generalize and then get more shilling done again across each time zone so that everyone's aware more about our token, and hopefully it helps the project, and we get to see more community members in that sense. So yeah, another great question. Anything else you guys have on deck?
Somebody said, is AquaGoat IP because that goat is everywhere on the web?
Oh yeah, you know what? Cody or Patrick, answer this one pretty, if that's okay. People do ask, even myself personally, I get a lot of messages about if the graphic is is that technically our right, or is it something that is somebody else's work that we took? Is this something that was shared to us by one of the fans? Can you guys talk about more of the logo and I guess its legal entity?
Yeah, so for full transparency, the dabbing goat was a stock image that we did pay the rights for. So we have every right ourselves. We technically own it. We have every right to be able to use it for whatever purposes that we want. So that's why, like Cody said, we recommend if we allow you guys to make stuff for yourself with the AquaGoat logo, but you cannot sell it because we have the rights to that logo right now. So yeah, we paid for the rights for that logo 100%. We have every right to use it.
Someone said they're gonna make a car decal, and I would do that too.
I have my own stickers. I made stickers myself too of the AquaGoat logo. I'll try to find it actually. So yeah.
Yeah, if anyone wants to also, if anyone has the means to assist, or the graphical ability, or I don't know, has a really cool 3D printer or something, and they have ideas, please email me or contact me, and maybe we can figure something out. We are looking into suppliers for merchandising. So, maybe if you have a really cool idea and the means to make it happen, we'd love to. Oh, those are cool, Patrick. We'd love to incorporate any of your ideas or assistance.
I don't know if this question is along the same lines or already answered. Are you planning on trademarking AquaGoat, not just for the crypto side, but mainly for the project side of it? And then they also asked if the goat was legally okay to use, but we already answered that.
A trademark, I'd have to look into that, because at this point, there would have to be kind of there would kind of have to be enough of a benefit to doing that, and I don't at the moment know, just for full transparency, what goes into having a trademark done. Maybe Patrick, maybe you know that, but I'm not familiar, and I honestly, again, there would have to, that would be something we would probably lean more into as we got further into our partnerships that are potentially going to happen, and we establish ourselves more on large exchanges and get on the radar of real, kind of the radar of real entities and real corporations. that would require or at least benefit from us being more established in that way.
Cool. Somebody said, I will have my wife email you, Cody. She graduated in design and she is a strong activist.
Awesome.
Nice. Sweet.
AquaGoat,
Is there any other questions?
AquaGoat project is about cleaning up the oceans and saving sea life. Don't y'all think the most influential individual in crypto at the moment, Elon Musk, would be a great influencer to reach out to? Help us. Yeah. If you would love to help us reach out to him, that would be great. I know I definitely spammed his Twitter and his.
Does anyone have a pending like mass order of Cybertrucks that they can leverage for us?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, I ordered 30.
Like, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Could you imagine like an AquaGoat like wrap on a Cybertruck? Like how
That'd be sweet.
is that?
Yeah. Man, if it was easy to reach out to celebrities and like famous people, like we would be everywhere on the map, but it's hard to reach out to them. So if you have connections or if you like want to help us spam them, by all means, please contact us.
I mean, honestly, like I feel like Mark Zuckerberg is almost our Elon Musk, because like after that goat post and he made that post of him surfing, like, and then somebody asked, like, I think it was like, is it similar to rip sticking? And he said like, oh, I don't know about rip sticking. I've like, you know, spent a few years like trying to learn how to do like the surfing. He said, you know, it's much easier to do surfing behind a wakeboard or in cleaner ocean conditions. And then he locked the comments after that. And then I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, you know, I feel like Mark Zuckerberg is, I don't think he wants to put it out there, but I think he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? So he's kind of like our Elon Musk, I like to say.
Mm-hmm. And I think we'll definitely get his attention after this in June.
Yeah, 100%.
June.
I think that was all the questions I could find.
Does anyone have any other like announcements they need to make? I made already a lot of the announcements I needed to make, but is there anything you guys wanted to announce either through charity or anything that's developing in the community or token?
Oh, please send me, email me if you know of any smaller charities that we could reach out to. We're trying to focus on the smaller ones. So if you know of any, especially in your region, in your part of the world, like please email them to me. And also please help me expand the Reddit community. We really need to make our presence way bigger there.
Anything else you guys need to announce to everyone? I mean, we'll probably post the little coral reef certificate thing very shortly. I know I've been in contact with the people who run the other social media platforms alongside myself for Instagram. So that will probably happen in the next 20 minutes or so, depending on when time's AMA ends. But yeah, no, other than that, I think that's all the announcements.
Oh, I guess I kind of want to say something. If anybody wants one of these stickers, because I have like 60, you can get my email on our website on the team page. I'll take emails for like 6 hours after the end of this AMA. So the first, I guess, like 60 people who email me could receive like one of these stickers. I know Janelle wants one, so email me. My email is on the website. So email me with like your mailing address and I can get like one of these sent out to you, because like, yeah, these are pretty sweet. So yeah.
These stickers, I love it.
Where did you get
I know,
those?
right? I have my friend make them for me, and then I was like, do you want payment in AquaGoat or fiat? And then, you know, she was like, oh, I'll take it in like cash. And I don't know why my camera's like not focusing, but she was like, I'll take it in cash. And then after that, like AquaGoat did 50x. So I was like, sure thing into AquaGoat, man.
Patrick, what's your email?
So my email,
I'll
is patrickx@aquagoat.finance. I'll go ahead and type it out here. So.
Oh, there you go. Dang, TMG dude is on it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you have some Canadians. So some locals.
Go.
Hey, Team Canada. Me and Patrick are from Canada. Beautiful British.
Yeah.
So.
Any Californians in the house?
Honestly,
And I'm
just
from Canada over here too. Come on.
Oh, you, man. Come
Nova
on.
Scotia.
tired, okay? Don't call me out. He's
Ooh,
from
Texas.
the country, so Texas. Ooh, cool.
Oh, Marielle, what's the official IG?
I commented it in the group.
Okay.
But
Oh, perfect.
Instagram for AquaGoat is AquaGoat_official. That is AquaGoat_official. You can follow on Instagram. Thank you.
Cool. Rhode Island. Hey.
Love to see it.
Is that? I know it's in the States, but where
It's on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been there. It's nice.
It's basically Canada, right?
Oh, Washington, Netherlands.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, it's Martin. Hey. New
I love
York.
And this one's for you, T Swizzy fan. He's a Taylor Swift fan.
Norway.
Love Norway. Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. Texas. Wow, we got a lot of Texans in here. That's cool.
I don't know if
Nice,
anyone has joined from the Vietnamese community, but we want to give shout outs to you because you guys are a really big growing community within our entire community.
Yeah.
So, Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mike,
Philippines.
Philippines. Hey.
Our people.
My cousin is the #1 bassist in Australia, and now he's in Nashville playing for Lindsay L. But yeah, he was like featured in like magazines all over Australia. It was cool.
Wow.
We got people from
Remember
everywhere.
was near Steven, Atlanta. Nice.
Switzerland, San Diego.
Also moving to Canada because of Marielle.
Not appear in the calls. I should just audio from now on. Hey.
Oh man, Algeria.
LA, hey, California, woo! I'm like NorCal, so.
Oh, someone suggested, Janelle, clean the Galveston beach in Texas. Haha, that thing is dirty.
Okay.
Around that area.
That's the one thing I want to do is I'm going to start making like a how to organize your own beach cleanup thing. That's like on my to-do list. So hopefully it will come out by June.
Do you want to tell people about the education seminars that you have?
Oh yeah, education seminars. So in the next like week or two, I'm organizing like a weekly education seminar for not just for like wise crypto investing, but also for like just about the ocean, about sustainability and all those things. So keep an eye out for those in the coming like week or two.
About community hangouts, are we?
Oh yeah, community hangouts also.
We're gonna do community hangouts.
Yeah,
so
like the game night thing.
Yeah.
Oh, game night. Okay, no, I knew about that, guys. Sorry. I thought we were like planning to all meet up and like just hang out. I'm so sorry. No,
that's coming once we're like not as busy.
Unless pandemic.
We're also doing. We were planning to do game nights. That's something that was on our agenda. Hopefully, when everyone has a little bit more free time, we want to get the community involved and just like, play games and, get to know everyone. We just want to foster, again, really wholesome community efforts. So if everyone wants to watch, if you guys have game suggestions, I suggested Among Us, and then Steven suggested Jackbox games, which is like super fun to play with. So, and it's great because like some of the community members can get involved and participate. So
you can have like 100 people on at the same time too, or like 200 or something like that. It's cool.
Yeah. And then we can live stream it. That would be like on Twitch. And then that would be super exciting and fun for everyone to watch, right? So, and then it's a great opportunity to get to know the team leads apart from, what's new with AquaGoat. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Ooh, Algeria in the house.
Are you just reading through everything, Janelle?
Yeah. Dutch, but live in Ohio. Trinidad. Oh, yeah. Texas has no taxes.
Minecraft game night sounds sweet though.
What? What?
Minecraft game night.
Oh my god!
I need to learn how to use it.
I was suggesting
Minecraft server.
No, could you Call of Duty? Like we just go like all multiplayer and we just all hop on. We'll just like 1v1 each other with snipers.
Dude, a whole like AquaGoat lobby on like Warzone. Can you imagine that? 100.
That would be ruthless because whoever's really good at it, like Oh man, GG. Just like ruin everyone's friendships.
I'm personally a racing game kind of guy, so if anybody plays Gran Turismo or like Need for Speed or anything, like hit me up because I'd love to race with you guys. I love playing that. So
This is probably exposing myself as a nerd, but I've played Pokemon since like Gen 2, and I used to play competitively, not TCG, but like the in-game gameplay. So if ever, you know, you guys want to competitively play with me, let me know. I'll hop on and team build. So, ooh, let's all do AquaGoat Fortnite. I love
that.
Yeah, let's play
I'd be Fortnite.
Yeah, that would be really fun. No, I like Fortnite. I remember there was a phase in my life last year where I like tried to learn how to play it. I'm not good at these games, keep in mind, but like, are they fun to play? Yeah. I think, is there anything else? I think the chat's pretty much concluded, unless you want to let it keep running for a bit. You guys.
Oh, somebody said, Patrick, when do we operate GoatSwap? Oh, wasn't that already answered? But yeah.
Yeah, active development. I mean, no guaranteed timeline. We're probably looking at like, you know, the latest 3 months, most likely within the next 2 months. I can't guarantee a timeline on that. Like we're making our own proprietary one. It's gonna be really unique. So it takes a little bit more extra effort than just cloning PancakeSwap. So, you know, just have patience with us because we really want it to be as good as possible. We don't want there to be any glitches or bugs. And we're adding a few extra features on there too to make it stand out a bit more than just a PancakeSwap clone.
Yeah.
I think that's everything. Everyone's just chatting right now. So
yeah. Okay, well, I guess that like concludes our AMA then. Yeah, we're just hanging out now. Talking about Pokemon Go and Chibi Max the Goat.
I just want to say to the community, for everyone who's still here, thank you guys for your patience with dealing with the technical difficulties earlier with the call. Again, we were having a lot of problems with getting set up on Discord. So again, we really apologize for any inconvenience that caused to anyone, but we do appreciate the time that was made, and I hope we were able to clear up any questions that were, you know, you guys were wondering about AquaGoat in its entirety. And for everyone, thank you so much for participating. Thank you to all the mods, graphics teams, everyone here. So we're gonna keep going and going. So yeah.
Woo! Yay! All right, see some of you guys on Discord and on Reddit.
Yep. Anyway, if you guys are gonna be on Telegram, I'll be there. On Discord, I'll be on Discord.
If anybody plays PlayStation, I'm gonna drop my @ in the chat.
The positive feedback is really appreciated and really nice. So thank you.
If anyone wants to play Pokemon, I can probably run Call of Duty too, but like I haven't set up my own PSN because I run it on someone else's PS5. But I can play it for fun if you guys want. Just let me know. I play racing games and shooters. Yes, Patrick. Patrick, oh, we should go GT. We should Gran Turismo 2. Have you played the old school one?
Oh man, can I get it on PlayStation Network? I've been playing Gran Turismo Sport, and I've been like in the drift lobbies all the time. So
have a whole like car chat on Discord, like a whole separate off topic specifically for cars.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much said and done. So thanks guys for participating.
Yeah. Thanks you guys.
Awesome. Thanks everybody. Thanks for coming. We'll see you guys in the next one next week.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.